Isis, mother of stars and keeper of the sacred throne, I call to your wisdom, your remembrance, your power. For those who have been torn apart by time, help them gather themselves again, restore the broken pieces, awaken the inner light, and guide this soul home to their royalty. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, my galactic royalty friends, collective, I have another message here for you guys. I'm excited to get into this as well. Isis has decided to provide a message for all of us today, and I think it's right on time. Right on time. So let's get into it here. In meditation, a message did come through, and then we'll get into the cards here, okay? So I want to read what came through here. Isis, right? Isis is with you, or your power is returning to the throne, coming back into the royal fold. You do not need to become anything. You are only remembering. The light in your bones was never lost. The magic in your voice was only waiting. I have walked beside you through lifetimes, and now it is time to return to your throne. Ooh, yay. I love it. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. Isis here, who is Isis? Egyptian goddess, right? She is the sacred mother. She has to do with magic, resurrection, healing, divine power, everything that we would look at a sacred mother, divine mother energy being. So let's get into this, you guys. I'm excited. Do we want to start with any oracle? You want to pepper it in? Start with the animals. Okay. So we'll start with the animal oracle here real quick, and then I'll pull some tarot and we'll mix it up. All right. So for my galactic royalty friends here, please. Isis, what messages do we have for my friends? What's going on here at this time that we need to know? Well. The nightingale and the horse both come out here. Hear the nightingale sing a lullaby, lonely shadow, you'll find a new light. I do feel like we are coming out of the darkness here. The nightingale here is about song. It's about connecting the voice to the heart. So singing from a place of authenticity or love, our true frequency, remembering. Remember, right? We're remembering our signature. We're remembering, and if you do remember, right? From the first galactic royalty reading, we were talking about the throne room being the seat of the heart here. So it kind of feels like we're getting to a point, not only we're coming back to this throne space, but we're getting ready to use that energy into this realm here. That's exciting. I like that. And then the horse also coming through. So this is a balanced, masculine and feminine energy. Exercise and meditation, both are required here to tap into the grounded and spiritual nature of the horse here, to experience that freedom through balance. Very similar to the heart and the voice here. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. So what is blocked at this time for my galactic royal friends? What is blocked here? The throat, right? The throat.
Greetings, my galactic royal friends. Let's take a look at what might cause a slight delay in your terrestrial travels around on this fine Sunday, May 18th, 2025. Road and traffic updates. Lilac Century and
Okay, I'm going to have to cut that out. Bummer. Okay. Whoops. You guys kind of heard there. I'm going to cut that out. It was just my Google AI Gemini or whatever that got activated. It heard me talking. That's really weird. Anyway, anywho, so the energy that is blocked that came out here is the Phoenix. This has been coming through a lot recently, you guys. This is the root chakra. So healing that root chakra, finding stability, finding security, becoming grounded, allowing that energy to start coming up through the sacral, through the solar plexus. That sacral chakra being a little bit more that sacred mother, right? This is also burning through karma. So it kind of feels like there's a bit of resistance towards returning home here to the throne. Karmically, interesting. Okay, we'll look at that a little bit further here too. What's needed at this time? Please, Spirit. I don't know how that got activated. I was like, do I need to start this whole thing over? No, I'll just cut it out. Normally I keep those sorts of things in there, but it did also specifically mention where I live, and I just don't feel comfortable putting that out there, okay? Cobra comes through here. Cobra! This is what you need. Okay, so a pause, a wait, a little bit of a rest, perhaps. This is the teacher appearing when the student is ready. I feel like we need to approach this karma here. B at the bottom is standing out here too. I do feel like this is surrounding the way that we connect to others. We connect to ourselves, of course, okay. With the nightingale, our heart, our internal realm, right? Or that portal that we experience everything with, connected to the portal, the first portal here into the third dimension. That is the connection that we're starting to participate in. But first we must return to the throne. So the karma itself, interesting. The karma itself is returning to the throne. So something has kept us away here, right? In this life, in other lives as well. I do feel like some sort of betrayal is coming through here, whether this is a self-betrayal or something that's been done to us by somebody else. It kind of feels like, oh gosh, I didn't feel like we were going to go this direction. A betrayal of the heart. So we may be forsaking ourselves or our own destiny to step back into this throne room, because last time we were there, we were caused a great deal of pain. Interesting. Tears of fire. I'm seeing this like teardrop here. Passion turned into pyrotechnics, right? Being cremated from your passion. Interesting. Okay. I don't know who that's for specifically, and this is a general message, you guys, so please keep that in mind. You're very intelligent. I know that you can figure it out. Let's get into the tarot for you. Which you want to do? Okay, we're going to do Fortuna today. The Fortuna Tarot. Have it upright? Okay. Hopefully these show up on the camera. They're pretty from my end, but we'll see. I like this deck. All right, Spirit, let's get into this. Miss Isis, what are we getting into here, please? Further into this message. My goodness, if I could speak. Can we please get further into this message here? I want to look at what has been lost here, because we're talking about that betrayal of the heart. Power, connection, whatever this is. What's been lost? What's been lost here, please, Spirit? Isis, what has been lost? That's too many. You want the top, okay. Ace of Keys. Ooh. Y'all, Emperor here at the bottom, too. Right on point with the royalty, okay. Coming off of your throne for some reason. This is our power. The Emperor. Ace of Keys, though. Being the truth is something that I get from this. A new way of thinking. Interesting. Okay. Like we're stuck in a karmic loop or a pain loop. Okay. The Ace of Keys here too, being the Ace of Swords. This is how we decide. This is how we make a decision to separate one thing from another. So it feels like we do need to break out of a loop here, you guys. Feeling a little bit loopy. What else here, please? The Ace of Keys. Yeah, you guys, this is totally what's going on. Okay, the sun here at the bottom. So we're talking about a great illumination. This feels like a pain that's been sitting here for quite some time, my friends. Two of Cups here, Two of Elixirs here at the bottom. So this is Cancer and Venus. This is connection, you guys, as I'm talking about feeling some sort of betrayal. a lover, lover gone wrong, lover gone awry, right? Lover gone rogue. Okay. Yeah, what happened here? What I'm seeing is one of these chalices being spilled. And this is breaking this connection between you and another, the Empress. And these are genderless, of course. What is, can we illuminate this a little bit further here? What is the illumination here surrounding this connection, the Two of Cups here? Being emotional, yeah, for sure. Being an emotional. The Star. King of Keys here at the bottom, too. The King of Swords. That discernment, I'm seeing that as like moving from the truth to the master, right? We have to accept something, though. We have to accept something in the form of truth. Okay. The Star coming through here as well. So this is like renewed hope. Don't be afraid to make a wish is what I'm getting here on a star, right? This energy comes in after the Tower. Once there has been a great upheaval or destruction, this comes in as like a kiss. Isis, right? Isis coming in, giving us a kiss here, that sacred divine mother energy to help heal what has been hurt. This requires some participation from our side, though, as far as balancing those energies inside of us, the chakra systems. And this starts here at the root with the Phoenix. It feels like there's a bit of avoidance towards that because we'd rather be in the stars, right? We'd rather be up here. It seems like an opposing option here based on what it is we feel we want to do, which is get the hell out of here, right? We're being asked to ground further into this experience, though, to lean into that crunch, right? Whatever this heartbreak is, I'll grab one of these here, that's happened, it does feel like a betrayal in a relationship. Past life here, it could be a current life or future life, right? This feels like one outside of this experience, though. It's lingering. And I feel like this has been a difficult energy to even see. What else we have on this? Recommendation towards this, please. Isis. Towards what has been lost. It feels that connection to our heart. Okay. You lost the key. Oh my God. You lost the key to the throne room. To the heart. The Ace of Keys. It's right there. It's right there. Recommendation towards this, please. Be open to change. Be receptive to new experiences. Change leads to growth. And then wisdom here too. Knowledge gained through experiences or from a wise counselor. What I'm picking up on here is a loop, like I said. Like we have to put some effort into getting off of this track. A few times we've been around that track. Yeah, it's totally this racetrack here. Maybe we have hope to get off of this, but we're putting that hope into some sort of experience outside of ourselves and forgetting that we have the ability to put hope into ourselves too. This feels hard because whatever's happened there in a past life, that destruction towards connection has made it difficult to trust in ourselves. Got it. Okay. This starts with being open to a change. What does that look like? Maybe even in the deepest depths of despair or grief. This looks like, number one, accepting where it is that we are fully, being present in that moment so that we can pass through and have another possibility present itself. This is a choice, though. It doesn't have to change overnight, but we have to make that choice consistently until we start to find the key. The key. The key. Okay. Anything else on that? What is lost? You know, one of these. Okay. Now we'll move forward here. On what has been lost here in the Talisman Oracle. Anything else here we need to know? Safe travel. Concealment here too. I do feel this is very heart related. Like protected, right? Protected. Not today, Satan, not today. Safe travels comes through here. This is the portal that we travel through with. This is the perception that we have in all dimensions. We need access to this in order to bring our royal lineage into this experience. Okay, let's move forward here. I like where this is going. Let's look at what is it that this person is remembering or needs to remember as we're talking about a process of remembering here. There's nothing that you need to become. We're remembering, okay? What needs to be remembered? What is the remembrance? The memory. What is the memory? Memory, all alone in the moonlight. Queen of Candles. And who would be happier to be alone in the moonlight there than the Queen of Candles? She is confident. She knows herself, and she has no qualms being herself, regardless of what anybody thinks about it, including herself sometimes, okay? She does what she wants to, regardless of whether or not somebody thinks that's a good idea or safe even. She's following her heart. She's following her passion. So the memory here, this is automatic. This is our natural setting. The memory here is remembering how to drive the vehicle, is remembering how to put the key in the ignition here, right? To unlock the throne room. So we're getting back to this natural state of confidence and exuberance. I love that. I love that journey for all of us. 10 of Candles here at the bottom. So I do feel like the pressure's building, right? We're getting close to a point where we have to cleave off what has been dragging us down. Keep going, okay? What else here, please, in the memory that we need to know about? I mean, that memory, too, is all about connection. That song I was singing from Cats. Remembering a time where there was that connection or missing that connection. 2 of Keys comes through here. So this is a decision that needs to be made. Like I was saying here in the general component, or what's been lost, there's that choice. We have to make that, as small or as big as that choice may feel in the moment, we have to make that choice consistently, working to open ourselves up. To open our mind, to open our heart, to open our soul. Slowly, right? Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. What movie is that from? We'll see. This is also being stuck between 2 opposing or immovable forces. I do feel like we're a part of the memory here is remembering that we're not permanently stuck between these 2 forces. I feel like these 2 forces here are light and dark, light and shadow. Like I said in that first reading, we're here learning how to navigate or how to control, how to shift the light and the shadow, right? Right. So I do feel like there's a little bit of discouragement even as we're forgetting our true power. It feels crunchy here. We do tend to be tossed against the rock, so to speak, from the waves of life. How we respond to that is really what we have control over, right? Or deciding not to jump in the water all the time, right? Anything else here towards the memory, please, Spirit? Let's do it upside down. Anything else here towards the memory? The moon. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, my friends. So this is our subconscious realm, fears, that sort of thing. I do get, especially since we have the Queen of Candles here, a need to go a little bit wild. That's interesting. There's something that the physical body needs to express. Going out and howling at the moon, right? Woo! This feels like, and not always do we need that energy to balance, but it does feel like we do need this right now. There is something animalistic that we need to kind of shake off some stress. Okay, what is that? Willpower and rebirth. We're totally talking about rebirth here. But willpower. Maybe you're a Taurus. Got that bull. I feel like you may be a person here, especially if you're resonating with the galactic royalty messages. We tend to look at the divine, galactic royalty, the what those etheric realms, right, with this like reverence and this purity, um, which there are components of, right? However, there is also a need to. It feels like we need to go do something physically here. But this may be against what you feel is like acceptable. And I'm not talking about doing anything crazy. I'm talking about being silly. Go run naked through the woods during a full moon. You know what I mean? As an example. Nobody's getting hurt with anything here, but we're tapping into our animal side. We're feeding that wolf when it needs to be fed. We can't just focus on the light. We can't just focus on the dark, okay? This memory is in the dark, though, so we're talking about the moon. I'm getting this weird experience here of like you're searching for what's in the shadow there, but you're also rebuking it at the same time. This is why we're being asked to go rogue, go full animal in a situation here. Because that memory is in the shadow and we need to scoop that up. Okay. I like that. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Let's keep moving forward here. I want to know how Isis, what kind of assistance are we receiving at this time through Isis, divine feminine power? Three of Cups and Seven of Keys come through. Prince of Keys here at the bottom. Making time your ally. Interesting. Making time work for you. Okay. So Seven of Keys and Three of Cups or elixirs come through here. So how is Isis helping us right now? Through, I do feel like we're getting a little bit of taste of victory. Through connection. Or messages coming through friends or family here. Something that is galvanizing to our mission. This is the success that we're experiencing along. It feels like not breadcrumbing in a bad way, but like, hey, throw you a bone kind of thing. Throw you a bone. I know you've been going through things that have been really difficult. So I'm going to start as you are making that decision to open up slowly, day by day, day by day. Isis is also giving you confidence. It's working to bring you closer towards the Queen of Candles again here, Queen of Wands. With the Seven of Keys or Seven of Swords coming through here, this is like diplomacy. It can be a sneaky theft, betrayal kind of energy, taking only what is needed here. I feel like the way that Isis is working in our lives right now is not like sneaky, but maybe difficult to pick up on, difficult to discern. What is that? If you do it right, they'll question whether you're doing anything at all. However that quote goes, that's kind of what I'm getting with this. There may be some actions. Okay, there may be some actions going on where you don't quite fully understand why these decisions are being made. They may have kind of a sneaky theft energy here at work, friend group. Maybe someone's being a little shady. The point of that is not the specific event or action that's happening. It's to show you something, okay? If you're noticing that there are sneaky things that are becoming apparent to you and those around you, this is Isis at work here, showing you what's up, showing you the truth, right? What else here, please? How is Isis working with us? Expansion, yes, yes. Yes, pursue bigger and greater endeavors. She's like, that's enough. We have things to do, right? Things to do. They're there, my child. Let's move forward. Moving forward. I'll pull a starseed on this as well. How is Isis working with us at this time? Child of the cosmos. She's our mother, right? The intelligence of the universe lies within you. It does feel like there is this activation. Because that truth is in the shadow, like I said. So that's being activated. Oh, interesting. With that Seven of Keys here, the Seven of Swords, sneaky theft, betrayal. I do feel like maybe there's a little bit of an increase of that kind of activity around us. And part of the point is to get us comfortable with going into the shadow to find this memory or to allow that memory to come forward with safe passage. It doesn't mean that we need to necessarily engage with that, but it does feel like it's going to be triggering something. And the point of that trigger is to remind us that the intelligence of the universe is inside us, both the light and the shadow. Okay. I like that. Sounds good. I'll grab one of these here. I want to look at, for us here, what are we looking at reclaiming? As far as our gifts, magical gifts, powers, abilities, what is it that we're reclaiming? With the help of Isis here, what are we reclaiming? I'm hearing it's the circle of life. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, the one. Yes, the circle of life, you guys. The connection of all things. We come into this dual experience or relationship from one where it is singular, where there is no light or shadow, there is no masculine or feminine. It is a singular experience as we've moved into a dual experience here. I love that. The circle of life. So coming back to this place, our gift here is wholeness. Oh, I love that. Our hidden power is completion. Ooh. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Let's see here. What does that mean? Please. That's also 30. Resilience. Ooh. What I get when, so there's that fox energy too. That theft betrayal energy, potentially, the 7 of swords there, 7 of keys. The more that we split off from the singular experience into duality and come back again to do this over and over again, we're building this resilience. Like I said in that first reading, the Ace of Pentacles came through. So we're building this kind of currency, right, to use in the spiritual realms when we're done here. Building some street cred. This is a part of that. Harder, better, faster, stronger. What else here, please, towards the gift? Our gift, our power that we're reclaiming. We're working to reclaim at this time. 4 of elixirs, too. I get like a part of our superpower here is to pull ourselves into a cogent presence rather than distraction. And we talked about in the first one too, the throne room being one of distraction. Anything can be created there, but nothing can fill the room. And as a human, we tend to want to fill that room with earthly things, which is totally fine to have that be a part of our experience, unless that's the only important component of our experience. With the 4 of Cups here, actually what I'm seeing, the way that this is balanced out, is there are major points to your gifts or abilities. 4, potentially, or that they are balanced and secure. This requires us to be balanced and secure as well to utilize them, of course. Okay. What else here, please, on the 4 of Cups? Spirit. Aishish. Not the bottom one. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Coins, whatever they call this here in this deck. Honing our skills, you guys. The seed's already been planted. We already put our coin in, that Ace of Pentacles, to play this game, to come in. We're here to hone skills. This is a part of our, I'm seeing like a, what is that, like a blacksmith. Every time we're coming here, we did have that Ace of Keys. We're tempering this sword. The sword is the truth. And the truth is, we know who we are. And we can access that no matter what's going on. It does feel like we need to reconnect with the heart here, though. Okay. What is, I feel like, what's in the way here? Because we're talking about the horse. What's in the way here of this gift, please, Spirit? The Empress. Hey, interesting. There's Isis. The Tower here at the bottom too. This feels like that event that broke our heart here. And more than just like broke our heart. Broke the trust that we had in accessing our heart. So the Empress and the Nine of Keys. This is also, I feel, I said that in the beginning, the Emperor, who broke the heart? The Empress, right? Here she is. With the Nine of Keys, this is anxiety. A nightmare that we dream about, we wake up into as well. We have to face this. So when we're talking about the gift being blocked, we have to face that heartbreak. Whether this is something that happened in this life, maybe it is a mother type situation, or was a divine partner. Either way, we need to face those, we need to face that anxiety. It's a very Gemini card here too. I'm being drawn back to the Nightingale again. Something needs to be said. Something needs to be spoken. A grief that can't be spoken, except for it can. You just need to learn the language, which requires us to access it. Okay. How do we get back to the throne? Let's get to the good stuff. And I am getting into, I will be doing an extended, you guys, as I do on these collectives. So if you want to check that out, links will be in the description of the video and pinned comment once I'm done here. I do have them for sale individually as well as on the 3rd tier of membership. Phoenix fam. 10 of Pentacles here at the split. So we are talking about a legacy destiny. Okay, yeah, how do we return? You want a different, which deck? Animal, how do we return? Return the map. Return what has been stolen from me. How do we return to the throne, Spirit? Dragonfly, hey. So to still ourselves, you guys, I do feel like the mind here right now got it. We're being asked to ground. We're being asked to tap into the heart because there's too much that's going up here in the mind right now. We're approaching life from too logical of a standpoint, and it's distracting us from the magic that actually exists. Okay. So that makes sense here with the blocked energy of the horse. Meditation, exercise, balancing that divine masculine and feminine energy. What else here, please, to get back to the throne? The Oracle, hey, and the Sun. Illumination, you guys, of the subconscious, like we were talking about. That magic, that gift, that memory, all exists. The key to the throne room all exists in the shadow. You can do it. So the Oracle, this is like the Hierophant. Very Taurus energy. We had that come through in willpower. Yeah. So in getting back to the throne here, what I'm getting, as this is something that we've done many times before, there is something about remembering this process too. There isn't a need to break the mold. You don't need to become anything. Like I said in the beginning, we're remembering. So accessing the divine, and there's a key. Yeah, there's keys on this too. Accessing the divine, this is the divine masculine component of accessing the divine. Seeking out, we did have wisdom and counselor in here too. Seeking out a spiritual leader if you need help in some way too. Not being afraid to ask for help. Okay, anything else there, please? Isis. And the Seeker, yeah. So this is the Fool. How do we get back? Back to being open to change here. Allowing ourselves to be new. Allowing ourselves to be new. I'm seeing the Nine of Swords or Keys here. Getting trapped in the head, like I was saying earlier. This is making it difficult. Like there is this reality that the heart is working to manifest. And the brain can do that too. We need that to be in coherence so that we can manifest what it is that we want. What it feels like is the mind has been taking the driver's seat a little bit. And we don't necessarily want that. Wrap me out, okay? Balance, so that makes sense. A little bit of exercise, get the heart rate up, working to meditate as well. Let's balance our energies and shit, okay? I'm going to pull a Medicine Heart Oracle here to finish this part of the message up, and then we'll go into the extended. So Spirit, last message here for my galactic royal friends from Isis. What else does Isis have to say in this part of the reading? Collective of the Southwest, 40. Whale medicine mentor evokes the song in your soul that needs to be sung. You guys with the nightingale. Maybe there is actually some singing that you need to do. I know there's some singing I need to do. Whale moves slowly. As you tend to your inner work and visionary dreaming, there may be a lull in responsiveness from the world around you. Do not fight your own process. Trust that your inner path will yield divine dividends with grace. Your song shall be heard, emanating high-frequency manifestations. Ooh. I like that, too, with song being... we're creating a presence here and coherence, like I said, by bringing the head and the heart together and working towards manifesting. I love that. Okay, so in the extended, you guys, I am going to go over some possible soul lineage. I want to look at protection, divine protection that's available, as well as a sacred purpose. Any additional messages that Isis has for us, okay? So if you want to join me there, like I said, links will be in the description of the video. I do have personal readings open and available too, as well as a personal mentorship program. If you guys are looking for some specific help towards something a little more personal to you, I'd love to connect and see if it would be a good fit to help you out there. PayPal links are in the description too, if you feel called to support the channel in that way. I truly appreciate it, you guys. To those who do, I couldn't do this without you, and I wouldn't, all right? So please take care of yourselves. I love you, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Be well.